I was toying around the idea of being a foster parent. I want to say December of 2015 when Turning Points was initially in the same office space as the Head Start Partnership program that I work for. I reached out to one of the ladies. I said, I want to become a foster parent. What do I need to do? And then it was December 2016 that Edward and Sincere came into my life. When they walked into my life, it changed me. It made me remember something my grandmother told me all the time. She said, I'd always told you I never wanted you to die alone. And I didn't understand what she meant by that until the kids came into my house. She said, you have somebody that you're going to take care of them and they're going to take care of you. And they're always going to be there for you. It was the first time I really understood that these kids are where they need to be. My turning point was December 8th, 2016.
I was contacted from Turning Point letting me know that I had a grandson, and also I was asked if I would be interested in having him in my life. I started thinking in regards to I wonder what kind of life he's been living, what kind of families he's been with, how many families he's been with. It evolved into a take action mode for me. You know, it makes such a huge difference in a child's life to be connected with their paternal family. I told them that I just felt strongly that if he was allowed to meet me and meet the rest of his family, that his whole life would change. First thing I told him that I loved him, and I told him that I would always fight for him. My turning point was receiving the letter and having the hope that I could show him that there are people out here that care for him.
Born and raised in Philadelphia, and my mom was a single parent. My dad was never around during those years as a teenager. It was older guys selling drugs around the neighborhood, and you know, I just wanted to make my money like the older guys were doing. Came into the bridge, it was a 3 to 6 month program. When I got my first visit from my mom, just to look at her being sober, like most of the time I would see her, I'm high, she would stay up late worrying about me getting home. So just to look in her eyes and see her cry, it hurt me. My turning point after leaving the bridge, it made me realize that I wanted to give back the same way that they were able to help me.
I grew up with 8 brothers and sisters in a house with my mom. It was a single parent home. When I was 15, my mom had a guy staying at our house, in our home. He drank a lot. And at the time, I had 2 younger siblings in the house. And they were there with him all the time. He was drinking. I didn't know what could have happened, but I felt like if she wasn't gonna call the police, I will. She told him to run when the police were on their way. And I came home from school the next day and all the lights were off, the door was locked, like nobody was answering the door. When I first started off in placement, it was a struggle, a lot of fighting. One day I Googled this house for kids who aged out of foster care, and then I called my child advocate. She helped me, like, a lot. Talking to me, meeting with me in sessions. It was just nice, like, it was nice at the time for somebody to be there for you. And Ms. Lillian told me about Phil Abundant's community kitchen. And I feel like at that time, like, I really needed a change in everything. My turning point was when I was 20 and I realized 21 was approaching and I had to empower myself to become independent and resilient so I can reach my full potential.
I look at myself as just an ordinary dad who does his job. You know, I want them to always have a role model to look up to.
Seeing his situation has really inspired me and motivated me to step it up even more, to go finish and get my degree. He told me he wants to be a judge and he wants to work with kids too.
It's funny because I never thought I would be able to be in this position working. So like if I can help out at least 1 kid a day, like I feel as though I did my job.
I like to believe like I'm resilient. Like anytime anybody knocked me down, like I'll try to, get up and make it happen.